Annyeong Buzz! Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into everything buzzing in the K-pop world, and today, let's talk about something a little softer, a little sweeter, but still totally powerful. We're going to unpack Jisoo's new interview with ELLE Korea, and trust me, it's not just about visuals and fashion. This one, it's all about growth, self-love, and yes, some really big BLACKPINK updates we've all been dying to hear. Alright, Blink fan, if you've missed the sound of Jisoo's calm, thoughtful energy, you're going to love this one. She just did a stunning photo shoot with ELLE Korea for their July issue, and in her interview, she opened up about everything from her quiet daily joys to BLACKPINK's future and even her upcoming movie role. So, let's start with something that low-key made my heart melt. Jisoo said she finds happiness in small, simple things. Like, this is so wholesome. She mentioned how there's a playground in front of her house, and when the windows are open, she can hear dogs barking and kids playing, and that sound? It just makes her smile. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I love how grounded she is. We always see BLACKPINK in these high-stakes environments, world tours, luxury campaigns, huge red carpets, but here she is, talking about the joy of hearing neighborhood dogs. It really reminds us that underneath all the glitz and glam, Jisoo's still that down-to-earth girl who just wants to enjoy the summer breeze. She even said, "I try to enjoy the kind of leisurely moments that warm days bring." And you know what? Same, after years of non-stop schedules, it's so refreshing to see her just breathe. It's giving healing energy, it's giving peaceful main character vibes. But of course, we're also here for the bigger stuff, and yes, she finally talked about BLACKPINK's long-awaited group comeback and their new world tour, which, by the way, is officially called Deadline. When I first heard that name, I was like, hold on, Deadline? Is this going to be a BLACKPINK tour? Or an action movie? The name is so intense. But knowing BLACKPINK, they'll absolutely live up to it. It's going to be dramatic, powerful, and totally unforgettable. And Jisoo said she's so excited. Like, "I've missed Blink's cheers so much," she said. That right there? That got me. I think a lot of us have felt the gap, right? It's been a while since we've seen all four girls on stage together. And with each of them focusing on solo work recently, Jisoo with acting, Jennie with her own label, Lisa going global, and Rose doing solo performances, there was a moment where it felt like we weren't sure when we'd get a full group comeback again, but Jisoo reassured us. She said that working separately has actually expanded their creative ideas. So when they come together, it's not just a return, it's an evolution. Like, we're not just getting BLACKPINK 2023. We're getting BLACKPINK leveled up. And here's the thing. I really respect Jisoo acknowledged how much they've all grown. She said, "We've combined all of our know-how, and now they can come back with an even more impressive side of ourselves." That's such a confident, honest answer. She's not pretending they've all just been waiting around to regroup. She's saying, "We've been building, and now we're coming back stronger." And I want to throw this question to you, Buzz fam. What do you think this new era of BLACKPINK is going to look like? Are we getting new sounds? New concepts? Are they going to push even harder with their performances? Because let's be honest, each member has matured so much in the past year. Jennie's creative direction, Lisa's global flair, Rose's emotional artistry, and Jisoo's elegance and versatility. Like, if they actually blend all that into the next album or tour, it might just be their most iconic comeback yet. Also, Jisoo dropped a gem during this interview that I really want to talk about. When asked what she's loved the longest, since she tends to love things for a long time when she starts, she said, herself. Like, yes, queen energy. She literally said, "I think that would be myself. I'm my own biggest supporter. I always cheer myself on and give myself more love than anyone else." I'm sorry, but can we just take a second to appreciate how important that is to hear from an idol? Especially in an industry where idols are constantly judged, criticized, compared, and picked apart. To hear Jisoo say confidently, "I love myself the most," is honestly so powerful, and it's not coming from arrogance. It's coming from self-respect. She's not saying she's perfect, she's saying she supports herself, even on the hard days. That's the kind of role model energy young fans need right now. Now let's talk about what might just be the next big leap for Jisoo, her upcoming film, Omniscient Reader. If you're not familiar, it's based on a massively popular Korean web novel that blends action, mystery, and fantasy. And guess what? Jisoo is set to star in it. I'm not gonna lie, this is a huge move. Like, yes, we all loved her in Snowdrop, and she absolutely proved that she's not just an idol dabbling in acting. She's serious about her craft. But Omniscient Reader feels like an even bigger step into the acting world, and it honestly fits her vibe. What I love about this project is that it's not just about showing Jisoo's beauty or elegance, which we already know she has in spades. It's about showing her range, her depth, her ability to take on a fictional world and make it real for us. And knowing how detailed and intense the Omniscient Reader universe is. If she nails this role, we might be looking at the start of a long, successful acting career for her. Now here's a question for you guys. Do you think Jisoo will shift more into acting full-time someday? Or do you think music will always be her main focus? Personally, I could see her pulling a Suzy and totally dominating both lanes, but here's the thing. I admire most Jisoo doesn't rush. She's not here trying to do 20 projects at once, just to prove she's busy. Everything she chooses, whether it's a brand deal, a drama, a film, or music, feels intentional. And that kind of patience? That's rare. You can feel that in her words too. In the interview, there's this overall calmness, like she's really at peace with where she's at. She's not chasing validation, she's grounded. And that kind of energy is something I think we all can learn from. Especially in a world that's constantly pressuring us to hustle non-stop. And circling back to BLACKPINK, this balance between solo and group activities is exactly what keeps their brand fresh. Some groups fade when members go solo, but with BLACKPINK, it feels like every time they return as four, they come back with even more power. Like, they're leveling up separately, but then combining it into something unstoppable, Jisoo said. It herself, every member brings back new know-how. That's not just a cute quote, that's a mindset. They're not competing with each other, they're building together. So now I want to open this up to you. What are you hoping to see in the next BLACKPINK era? More experimental music? A bold new concept? Or maybe a return to their classic anthemic girl crush sound? And when it comes to Jisoo, what kind of film roles would you love to see her take on next? Do you want more period dramas like Snowdrop? Or should she go full action star with Omniscient Reader and beyond? Also, let's talk self-love for a second. When Jisoo said she's her own biggest supporter, it really hit me. In a world where we're constantly judged online and off, how often do we really cheer ourselves on? So here's a little challenge. For the comments, tell me one thing you love about yourself. Yup, we're doing it. One thing you're proud of, no matter how big or small. Let's make the comment section a little softer today. Inspired by our queen Jisoo, and if you're watching this while feeling stuck, or overwhelmed, or just tired, maybe take a note from Jisoo. Open your window. Listen to the world outside. Find that one small thing that makes you smile. Sometimes that's all it takes to feel human again. Alright Buzz fam, that's it for today's deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more K-pop breakdowns, interviews, and behind-the-scenes stories. You know, we've always got something buzzing, and always I'll be hanging out in the comments, so let's chat. Until next time, this is Young Buzz signing off.